I'm an addict and my name is Glendora. It ain't granola, it ain't grenadine, it ain't Griselda, it's Glendora. I'm sorry, my mama did it and I'm stuck with it. I want to thank you, San Antonio Convention Committee, for inviting each and every one of us here to celebrate one of the greatest ways of showing that first tradition, unity. I'm nervous, I'm sweating. I don't know if the glue's gonna keep my new teeth in, and if they fly out, I want you to give them that. It never gets easy doing this because when you get up here, and it's just my thing, you gotta get as honest as you possibly can be. Because somebody out there if I just touch one person, if I just touch one person, Anne-Marie, if I touch just one person, I've done what God sent me here to do. So let's get this party started. I came to you, Narcotics Anonymous, 31 years and 2 months ago. My biological sperm donor father said that I looked like him, I laughed like him, I was gonna die like him. He smoked in one room and I smoked in the other. I buried him 3 years ago with a stem in his hand. So I'm a part of the No Matter What Club. If you don't know what that is, that means no matter what comes down the pike, no matter what happens in your life, no matter what happens to your friends' lives, you don't use no matter what. So, I want to thank Jason, a friend of mine that's here from Philadelphia also. He came down here to support this convention. And I got to give him props for that and for being a part of my life. All right, so now we're talking about the past, finding some hope and some freedom from it. You know, in order for me to let you identify with who I am and what stands before you, I didn't get 31 years overnight. There was some work done. And I ain't got a whole lot of time, and look, my weave be slid off, and that'd be so sad. But look, we're gonna go back to active addiction. We ain't gonna stay long, because we don't do well excessively. But you need to know, we're talking about the past and letting it go and finding hope and freedom now. Finding it, meaning there's a search going on right now to find it. Because one day I may have it, and the next day, depending on my mood, I go right back easily. I grew up real quick. There wasn't a long story of me being a kid. I learned about sex when I was like 6 years old. I watched my father molest my 2 older sisters. And I grew up believing that was the way that people made love and they loved each other by what he did to them. And by him not touching me, I felt like I wasn't pretty enough. I didn't understand what he was doing was wrong, and I felt like, why not me? I mean, he's over there at their beds, but he's never at mine. And I grew up believing like the punani, the coochie, whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to be nice. I'm a teacher. As my girls in my class would say, the pocketbook was a way to freedom. Open this pocketbook. So at 13, we're talking about old behaviors that created the monster that became me. 13, I lost my virginity to a boy named Bird. He did just that, the Bird. Harlequin Romance lied to me. They said I would hear music playing, water running over rocks. I waited for the bluebirds to sing, and then none of that happened. But what it did is it opened Pandora's box. I learned that when I used my body, I got close to what I thought my father was giving my sisters. So I associated sex with love, so I went through a lot of my childhood on my back. My mom said that, and they were joking, and I knew they were in the other room, they weren't really talking about me, but I heard the statement. She said, you know, people got white liver, that's an old statement, you know, it means you can't stop having sex. I couldn't stop. It was a feeling I was chasing, and I chased it for a lot of years. And did a lot of things in order to get that feeling. But I never got the completion. And I don't mean the other kind of completion. I mean the completion of a love when the white knight on the horse. All that white knight did was his horse doodle in my house and then he kept on going. I never got the white knight. I believed in fairy tales, you know, happily ever after. Well, I never got mine. So I was introduced, if you want to call it a drug of choice, fine. That's what you want to call it. It didn't matter what the choice was. I felt so empty and hollow because it's amazing having that much sex. You think I would have been full, but no. When they leave, they take it with them, damn it. And what I'm left with is an emptiness that only God can fill, but I don't know that. We're talking about those behaviors. So I'm out there and I'm smoking like a broke stove, and I'm smoking up everything. All my furniture walked out with 2 feet. My TV got out the window. I don't know how I got out the window, but it got out the window and it went up to the cop man house and sold itself. You know, I was stuck on stupid. I looked stupid, and I believed my father was Dracula. Why do you say that? I believe that I dwell quite well in darkness. I met him in the dark. We got high in the dark. We had sex in the dark. Our skin was dark. We just was a bunch of dark people. And so I figured whenever the light would come on, then they'd be like Dracula, like, no, the light, no. And anybody who tried to bring light to my darkness, I would withdraw from. Don't pray for me. I'll pray on you. I went to a church, and I'm not here to bash it. I'm telling my story. And there was a long line of women. They told me I was going to get a free chicken dinner. And I got in that long line. And there was a couple before me, and I ain't wanted to run out, you know. I'm sorry, okay. This drug of choice that I had, if that's, again, at the top, whatever, it said I was going to get skinny. It lied. I didn't get skinny. I was just gray. So, look, when y'all was stealing chicken wings and selling them, I was stealing chicken wings and eating them. So I stood in line with the other ladies at the church, and the man, I ain't gonna say his name, he touched him and he fell down. Oh, right. And I knew he was coming to me. But by this time, I had become a full-fledged hooker prostitute hoe. And I worked hard on my corner. Yes, I patrolled it quite well. I had one outfit, only one. And I had worn my Payless shoes down to where there was nothing left but metal in the heel. So when I would walk, it'd be sparks like, skid, scat, skid, scat. And like, damn, she hot. Skid, scat. I was hot. So I'm in this church with my one hooker dress on, and I ain't got no panties on because they got in the way of business. You ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Men, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm looking at these women go down, and I'm like, oh, they got panties on. Oh, we got a problem. We got a problem. So when he got to me, it's amazing how the disease of addiction, it'll start out telling you it was a good idea, and then when it gets like really scary, it'll jump and say, you stupid. I told you not to do this. I'm like, wait a minute. You just said it was a good idea. So I had to figure out how to get to that floor to get that chicken sandwich without him seeing my cuckoo. So I broke it out. Boom, boom, So I broke it all the way down. He said, you're quite flexible. Yes, I am. I got that chicken dinner, though. And I stayed out there on that road to death. Let me say something to you. If you... I'm sorry. Prostitution was not a good occupation for me. I did not do well. And when I say I sucked, I really sucked. I mean, really sucked. The men got so tired of me, like I had my regulars, if that's what you want to call them. It got to a point where using my body was a barter system. You know, I got to get this feeling. I got to get that high so I don't have to deal with reality. This is the only way I know how to get it is to sell my body. Men would come up to me at some point and they were like, can we get some on the eye? Can we get 2 now, pay later? What kind of stuff is that, barter coochie? I'm like, no, that's not what the book said. You're not supposed to IOU coochie. No. So one guy said to me, he said, look, every weekend we do the same thing. He said, well, something different. I'm like, you know, I'm flexible. What, baby, what? He said, I want an Indian. I am the original Transformer. I said, psh, 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 psh. How? And I proceeded to die out there. My skin turned so gray. My fingertips were burnt. My hair no longer stayed down. It stayed permanently up. Ah! Because I was always afraid. I'm out there on the streets. All I got is my oh my God. My old behaviors were my lies became my truths. I was a thief and I was not under arrest. Thank you, God. I was out there and I'm selling my body and I'm smelling and I'm in the clinic every other day, felt like, because I got something, gonorrhea, chlamydia, trichomonas, beat everything. They didn't even use my name no more. I just became a number. And I kept staying out there because something told me if I leave too soon, you'll pull out something better. The insanity of dying standing up. And I would be in basements where there were rats floating around. And it would be poop down there, doo-doo, caca. And it'd be poop and rats. It was rats riding on poop, like surfing. It was nasty. But I wouldn't leave. And the barter system kept going out there. And I learned to use what I had in order to get what I thought I wanted. And I hit bottom, and how did I hit bottom? I remember, can't take no more. The men are hurting me. I got stabbed. My fingers are burned. They put the thing through my hand. And I'm there, and I just want something different. I don't know what it is. I just know it's got to be something better than this. Every week was another promise. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, everybody. So it was at this bottom when I gave the guy my drugs and my paraphernalia, and I crawled in where I still working today. And I remember crawling up in the fetal position. And it's where you rock and you hold on to yourself. And you start thinking about all the things you've done, all the people you've hurt, how you hurt. And I'm like, God, please. God, can you please take me home? I just want to come home with you. I'm so tired of being hurt. God, can you hear me? It's me, Glendora, please. I'm really sorry. Please. Can you take me home? 7 days later, God brought me home. Welcome to Narcotics Anonymous. This is not home. This is the home I yearn for. And when I came in here, all of you were gay because you kept hugging too long. So I had old thoughts, old ideals, old patterns and ways of thinking. All I thought was a lot of you women that was hugging that long, I hadn't had sex with you yet, so I was going to charge you extra. And I'm walking around here, the same behaviors. Come on, newcomers, give them a break. We didn't get this overnight. A lot of times we criticize, and I'm talking about me. I'm not preaching it from the podium. I'm telling you about me. We judge, and I remember being that new woman who got her first $10 outfit, and I was so proud of it. I kept going to the coffee bar so you could see how cool it was. The girl who went to a store and came out with a receipt and chased the security guard around. I got a receipt. I got one. I got it. The girl who an old timer took under her wing and showed her how to wear dresses above her breasts and below her butt. A girl who didn't know that this woman was going to be her sponsor, who took me behind the dance and showed me how to electric slide because I had been dancing the dance of death for so long. In order to dance the dance of life, she gave me life, my sponsor. And we electric slide. Girl, I was going. I didn't know what I was doing. But I wasn't sucking penises, and I wasn't smoking crack. And I started looking around, and I saw that my behaviors as I'm just going to call it what it is. I'm not here to basically pamper you. We're dying. My behaviors came right in the rooms with me. In order for me to have freedom, I had to let something go. Change I must or die I will. And I thought about something God had said to me a long time ago. God answers you in 3 ways. You go to him and you open up. At this point, I'm everybody's talking about me in the rooms. They're saying I'm a whore again. Can you help me, please? Because I talk to my God like he's my best friend. And he said the first answer is always yes. And he gives me what I want. And when I get tired of it, you know what I do. Then he answers no, and he gives me something better. And the third and last one, he says, no, wait, and I'm going to give you the best. My God has given me the best. You are the best. Let me say this for you, and I'll break it down, talk fast, I'll put you on my 8th step and make men's on the knife. Look, you cut me, I bleed, basic text blue. All I know is NA. I am a literature person. I read it to live. I don't think I've recovered, I'm recovering. The old behaviors that I exhibit in here cause so much intensive pain and spiritual pain that I am trying to find a way out. So I need some help. So I got this thing called a sponsor, didn't know what it was, but when the pain got great enough, I surrendered to her help. And on that first step journey, I surrendered and I accepted that I'm an addict. And anytime I get involved, it's some static. And like anytime I want to control something, life gets unmanageable. And I had this thing with like believing that somehow, and I'm gonna go from, I had to share my story. Look, I believe that if I put this on you, you ain't gonna go nowhere, it's gonna be zombie. You just gonna follow me everywhere. And I would use you and control you with that, let you not get me something that I want. All of a sudden, I've denied the privileges. Come back. No. I've got a headache. I'm feeling really tired. And when I started getting in recovery was, every time I try to be in control, I'm out of control. Talked about the unmanageability. And when I understand, like, I don't have no power over man, and I throw my hands up, I'm able to incorporate that honesty in that first step. And I'm able to understand, like, Glendora is not running the show, but I don't yet, as a newcomer, understand the first step on the deep level. I just know, throw it up, surrender, accept what it is, and move on. Please, God, help me. So I came to a second step, and I came to believe that you, the group, were a power greater than me. These keychains were a power greater than me. I wanted them. So I had to keep coming back a day at a time and earn them correctly. A power greater than me sometimes was just my home group meeting every day, or every Tuesday, and me being there, having a chair, and doing something in that chair other than getting high. It became a power greater than me, and I was able to open my mind to people I didn't like. And not necessarily I did not like it because they did something to me. I could just look at you like, I don't like her. No. Second step allowed me to open my mind and listen. If I don't want to see you, close my eyes and listen to the message. I came to believe that it could work for you, it could work for me. And I started having some hope there. Third step says make a decision. We're talking about searching and looking through and finding out where is it that our old patterns are creating the chaos right now. Third step says make a decision. What you gonna do? It says let go and let God. That's a little harder for my brain at that time. I'm young in recovery. But when I kept going back to the same God with a different name, the same God with a different name, same God with a different name. It's either let go and let God or let go or be dragged. I was dragged. And when I got tired of being dragged, I was willing to do the work. Now this thing with this convention tells me to look at like fourth step. We made a searching. Searching means we had to dig down deep. When you look, you just look. Searching means get down there and get deep. I'm going back and looking at what patterns I've created that create the chaos and confusion right now. Let me say this, and I'm going to speak really slowly so that you will understand me. By the time I was on the fourth step, I had gotten involved really heavily in Narcotics Anonymous. I started hanging around women and stuff, and like I wasn't always liked, and I get that, because I'm a very quiet person. I like to watch you. Street behaviors. You check yourself out. Fourth step will tell you. I usually watch you to find your weaknesses so I can get you. I don't like to fight. I like to get you. So I always think of it like this on the fourth step realm. All of us have a garden, and that's our life. Rich soil, strong sunshine, rain. Every flower that grows in your garden you call your life is an asset. Caring, loving, compassionate, open-minded, forgiving. They're all beautiful colored flowers. But in everybody's garden, there's always going to be some weeds. That's dishonesty, closed-mindedness, unwillingness, selfishness. Those are your weeds. And if you know anything about a garden, if you pull a weed, just like pop it up, what's going to happen? That's right. You got to get to the root of why you do what you do. Why are you still acting like a hoe and you ain't that good for show? You know what I mean? Like, really. When they come and I come and he gets up and leave, I'm feeling the same emptiness. I've tried many penises, believe me. I've done this research. Small ones, big ones that curve to the left, ones that curve to the right, ones you got to help them look for. I've done the research. Recovery cannot be sexually transmitted. I've looked for it. I've done the research. I've had the outfit. I got badges. And at this time, telling my sponsor in the fourth step realm, I was like talking to her about it. I'm like, these girls are always talking, excuse me if there are children in here, close their ears. I said, these girls are always talking shit about me. They always got some shit to say about me. All they do is talk shit. And what I realized when I'm talking about that garden, the most expensive thing you can do to help a garden grow strong, the assets grow strong, is to add manure. Another name for manure is what? Shit. So every time somebody comes to you and talk shit, say thanks for sharing that shit and put it in there. It'll make you stronger. I'm telling you. How would do it? Okay, say Mary said you think you're cute. Well, take that shit she just said and put it in your garden. Now you're really confident that you are cute. Yeah, thank you, Mary. Thank you. Take the shit. Come on. You got some more shit you want to give me? My garden is overflowing with flowers because of all the shit you trying to throw at me. So I'm trying to tell you, don't let nobody throw you off this course of staying clean and recovering. I don't want you to just read the steps and just look really cute in the diner with your sponsor. I want them to actually use the steps, apply the steps, live the steps, be a damn step. I don't care, put a piece of wood on your head, do something. So I'm on this 4th step. And I want to go there with my dad. What is it about me that I still seek love that way? And I got to that, what I shared to you earlier. I thought that I wasn't pretty enough, that I wasn't cute enough. Let me tell you, most of my life, my self-centered, you know what they say? Self-pity, loneliness, and fear are three the common excuses for an addict to use. Being a big girl, and if you can't identify as you're very small, you're lucky, thanks, that's good. I've been a big girl for a long time. Yeah. And on the 4th step, I realized how much damage I've done to myself. I would make jokes at my own expense before you could, because I didn't want you to hurt me. So I would laugh, I'm like, yeah, you better give me 3 C's because I need them. Ha, 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 ha. And I would go in the bathroom and I would cry. And I would continually do this behavior. I would sleep with men who were better on me, with somebody, I'll get the fat girl, and I would do that knowing what the intent was, just so you'd hold me for a moment. I wasn't pretty enough. I wasn't thin enough. My hair wasn't long enough. So I beat me down in recovery. I started going around meetings and sleeping with different men, a lot of you. 4th step, and I saw that. And I believe it's called the NA Square Dance, and that's where you pick different meetings in your home city and state, and you boing quite a few people. And it kind of goes like this. Glenn goes Alan goes Mary goes Sarah goes Bobby goes Vince, and you mix the partners. Y'all don't see each other naked, tattoos, and stretch marks. You ain't got no more meetings to go. You done it all. And you're starting to get tired of those behaviors that you actively did in active addiction. Coming up in recovery. I don't want you to laugh at me. I don't want to laugh at me. So on the 4th step realm, I was looking at my assets. Here we go. I can give you my negatives, my liabilities, my assets. Look, I keep you warm in the winter and I give you shade in the summer. I recognize. Yeah, I'm a big girl and I recognize, look, in Africa, I'll be very rich from all this. I had to love me on a level that I can't expect you to because you can't complete me. Understand, each one of us are like Picasso. That painting is priceless, right? But if you go to a museum, the frame changes. Every so often the frame will change. It's not the frame, it's the painting that's important. So when you switch partners, you don't diminish you. The partners are gone. You got a new partner and a new frame. So I think of myself as this. If I'm the Picasso, why don't I take care of myself like that? So on the 4th step, I started looking at my behaviors, and this is what I want to give you. I started saying, like, there are choices in this life. And one of the choices I had to look at was like being an option. And most of us think of an option as something good. Like you got an option of peanut butter and jelly or you got an option of bologna and cheese. We're talking about that negative option. Where you feel for somebody and you want to be whole. And it ain't even loneliness no more, it's on to desperation. And you get with this person and you sign an invisible contract that says that you're available whenever they choose they want to see you. You can't get no home numbers or addresses. Bottom line, if you see each other at the home group, you got to pretend you don't know each other because you are optional. You can't look at them and say to them the words you always wanted to say because you don't have that right. You gave that up a long time ago. No longer can you hold a meeting hostage and say that you're a victim. You have actually signed up to be a volunteer. You are an option, not knowing your beauty or your worth because you've given it to somebody else to say, you determine what I'm worth. My God said I'm worth a lot more than that. I am a priority. And what that means is, this is what it means. It means I work my program for me. My recovery becomes my responsibility. If me and you get together, it's on a level where we understand and I get to know you. Intimacy, into me I see. I don't allow your bad days to affect my good days. I want to know where you live at, and when you're not around me physically, you represent as if I'm there. I want the respect that I deserve, and I won't take nothing less. I am a priority. Know your worth. 4th step taught me my worth. What are you worth? We all got, well, some of us all got vaginas and penises. And when all we worth is between our legs, something diminishes when they leave us. Fourth step taught me about loving me on a deep level. About saying, like, look, those behaviors as a whore in the street trying to get love ain't going to work in Narcotics Anonymous. You want to be free, you want to look the world in the eye with neither aggression or afraid or attention or whatever shame, then you have to live this way life. You got to put forth an effort to do something different than you always done. Don't get me wrong. Everybody gets horny. I watch TV. But it's when we make it defective that it becomes a problem. So now I've done my fourth step and I'm working on me and I'm still working on me. See, it says finding, meaning I'm searching and understanding like I fall short. My self-centeredness, I learned that I have another defective character and I'm not skipping around. I understand the fifth step says get to the exact nature. Why do I do it all? I told you about the weeds. Why do you do what you do? How do you feel when you do that? When I sleep with somebody that I know is not mine, how do I feel? What thoughts were there before I even got naked? I got to deal with those in order to stop the behavior. And so I started looking at that and I started creating the list for the sixth step. And I became entirely ready. I'm not the girl that came in here in 1986. I don't do the same things no more that I used to do. I don't like what I'm seeing from that fourth step and that fifth step inventory. I got to change. And I become ready to have God remove these things from me. And I ask him, like, look, I suffer from this thing called chickenitis. And what chickenitis is, it's the need to be perfect in an imperfect world. Yeah. Normally what happens is, I'm dating somebody, and they come late. They didn't read the script. Now understand, my house is crazy. I got OCD or whatever you call it. Look, my towels in my bathroom, they say guest towels, but they ain't for real. If you touch them, my alarm goes off in my soul. I will feel it downstairs. I know you touched them. I know you touched them. Now he comes in, he got his excuse ready, but the chicken don't care. And he come in and he's trying to tell me what happened, and you do something like this. Yeah, what? Where were you at? Who's there? Who's that girl always be hugging? Why is she always calling on you? What? She your sponsee sister? What's up with her? She's always hanging around you. Who's those underwear? I didn't buy you them underwear. What's that cologne you got? And you're following them around. And why you always leave the toilet seat up? You never bought me diamonds or rubies. And you can't stop the chicken. No, chicken, no. I lost 5 boyfriends. And I can't stand your baby's mama's. You can't stop the chicken. I cause harm, my defects. 7 steps since I've done some harm. But I humble myself before my higher power because by this time I've been introduced and I got a working relationship and I'm understanding that the behaviors I exhibited in active addiction and the early part of recovery are not going to keep me on the spiritual path. God, please, can you change me? And I started changing. And let me say something to you newcomers. For about this convention, I'm the opening speaker, right? Now, at this convention, I'm asking you to do some things. Look through that meeting, the schedule. And in there, find what you need for you. We're going to hear Jummy Joe and Kimmy Cabby are speaking, and that's all cool. I know how that goes. But look in there and find something you need to feed your spirit. Because a lot of times, we'll get diverted because there's some sexy people up in here. I saw them. And a lot of times, we'll get to these conventions and forget we're married. Convenient amnesia. But understand, what you bring here, you take back home with you. Be careful. So I made a list and I checked it twice and I really found out that I'm not that nice. I resented my mother for years. We're talking about those behaviors from the past, revisiting the present, messing up my future. I resented my mother. She made me get an abortion at 16. She made me get an abortion at 17. At 18, I had a miscarriage and I never had children ever again. I can't conceive. I had a hysterectomy in 2000, so I never will have an NA baby. And for years, I blamed her. So anytime she would call me, I'd pretend like I couldn't hear her. And I would ignore her. But 6 years ago, and a lot of them, they all know. Thanks, Geraldine. My mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And if you don't know what Alzheimer's is, it's like somebody writes their whole life story on a board and somebody comes in and erases it. My mom kept saying her dad was coming to get her. He had been dead for like 25 years. And I was in there with my mom, and like I tried to keep her home, but they wound up finding her going on the highway with no clothes on. I couldn't quit my job to stay home with her because there was no one to maintain and take care of our business. So we had to put her in a nursing home. And that's not an easy thing to do, y'all. I'm sorry. If you're going through that now, it's not an easy thing to do. So we took her to the nursing home, and I would go up there, and I would switch hours when I would go up there so they wouldn't know when I was coming. And I would wash my mom's hair, and I would do her clothes. I would take care of my mother. We're talking about the old me. Before 86, the beginning of 86, wouldn't have done anything unless I got something out of the rewards of it for me. Self-centeredness. Here I was, like, I don't care what I had on, I threw down. My mom started peeing on herself and pooping on herself. I washed my mother. And I always felt like you shouldn't see those things, you know, but she was so little. She was my baby. What did it say? Once an adult, twice a child. So I washed my mom, and I took care of my mom. So almost 3 years ago, on February 22nd, I got a phone call. It was my baby sister. She's the power of attorney. She said, Glenn, you need to get over to the nursing home where mom at. She's not doing well. I'm like, what's going on? And she said, mom is real sick. She's not responding real well. So I said, I'll be right there. So I drove real fast. I pulled up into the parking lot. And I seen the ambulance, and I seen all the cop cars out there. And I'm thinking somebody went in there with a gun or something after the elderly people. And understand this, Narcotics Anonymous, when I went up there to see my mom, I took care of everybody. Y'all taught me how to be service. It wasn't just about my mom. Like some people, moms were in there who never had visitors, so I became their daughter. And I washed them, I took care of them too. So I was going in there like, I don't know how to fight, but I would have figured out something if somebody was trying to hurt them old people. So I go in there, and the elevator gets to the 3rd floor, and my mom's room is like right across, like where you sitting at right there. And I can see her, I'm like, what's going on? She's right there. And Michelle, my baby sister's over here, and she's screaming, crying. And I'm like, I'm standing outside the elevator. I'm like, why are you crying for? And my niece, who's 19, she's over here screaming, hitting the wall like this. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? What's wrong? Why y'all crying? What's wrong? And Michelle said, Mommy's going. I'm like, no, she ain't. She right there. She said, no, Glenn, she going. I'm like, no, she right there. My mom is not going. She right there. You don't tell me that. Don't tell me my mom is gone. You can't tell me my mom is gone. That's all I've got. Do you understand? I stay clean so she can see me get better. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry for bringing those men in your house. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry for the nights I tricked and stole your money. I am so sorry. I held my mom's body for 3 hours. They made me let her go. I'm sorry. Do you understand? You talk about the first step. Try being powerless over death. Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, and I held her. And I held my mom, and they took her from me, and I had to suck it up. And I had to, no matter what it, you know, I had to get dressed and find an outfit for my mom's body. And I had to bury my mom, and I had to do. And I made my amends because the nurses in that nursing home, they made a circle around me like we do in NA. And they said, out of all your sisters, you were here every day. You took care of all the patients. You didn't just take care of your mom. They said that to me, the girl most likely not to succeed, you know? The girl who felt her worth was below sub-level. The girl who said she would never have anything worth having. I was on point. You taught me that. I learned from you. I'm saying I learned from my past mistakes. They kept me bondage down. I want to know how to live this new way of life. I practiced this 12 steps in all my affairs. On this 9th step, I made amends to my mom. On the 10th step, I be mindful of my attitudes, my ideals, and sometimes my behavior. Sometimes it's really hard to be spiritual when you want to knock the shit out of somebody. It's very hard. But I've come to learn the consequences are too hard. On the 11th step, I saw through prayer and meditation, God, will be done if I allow it. I want to know what you want from me, God. I'm trying not to live the way I used to live. It's been 4 years since I've seen a penis. Y'all can all take him out later. My reasons, I told you. God said, wait. And what that means is, as I'm sitting in a waiting room like at a hospital, but this is called a spiritual waiting room. And in this room, I start working on my character. You say you want a 10, are you really worthy of a 10? How you living, Glenn? Really, when the mic stops and nobody buying CDs, are you the same Glendora that's up here that's in the audience? You know, you got to live this way of life. You get to this podium and think this is like your God. God will smite you. I don't know what that word means, but it must be smack you upside your head. I don't want him to smite me. So when you meet me on the street, you're going to meet the same silly-ass person that stand up here. On the 11th step realm, I've learned to internalize what God has for me and get out of the way of judging and pointing fingers at you. I ain't got the time. I believe in service and involvement. That's the way to get out of people's way. We're talking about looking for solutions to keep us from going back to negative behaviors. I get involved in service. Self-centeredness dies in the matter of service. H&I, oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. That's where I first got my hit. Service to my home group, service to the convention committees. We could talk about how bad the convention was, but did we do anything to help it? Service and involvement. Calling your sponsor, and instead of using that statement, you know, look, well, she never calls me. Being responsible for our own personal service and involvement. Missing a home group member and not calling them to make sure they're okay, just assuming they're used. 11th step, let me tell you something about 11th step. It's real deep. I had surgery on 9/11. Ain't that a hell of a day? And my sponsor told me I had a defective character called self-reliance. I thought that was good. I'm relying on self. She said, oh, it's a two-edged sword. I'm like, what? She said, yeah. I'm like, what? She said, yeah. I said, how do you mean it's a two-edged sword? She said, on one side, it's good that you take care of yourself, pay your bills, maintain your home. But on the other side, you isolate and you become very, very antisocial. I'm self-reliant. I don't need you to help me because I got this. The S in my chest don't stand for stupid, it's for super. I'm self-reliant. And let me tell you how that kicked my behind on the 11th step realm. I didn't even invite a loving God in because I knew I had this surgery. I went in there, they cut me open, I had 5 cuts up. I said, I'll be up. I got operated on Monday, and I said I'll be up by Tuesday. Everybody kept asking me, can they come and help me? I said, no, I'm good. I got this. Tuesday came and went. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I laid in that bed all those days, peed on myself. I couldn't get up to eat. I didn't eat for 4 to 5 days because I wouldn't ask anybody for help. I'm self-reliant. And I remember on 11th step realm, I asked God, I said, please, push me out the way and include you in. And when I did that, I got a phone call. And I said, these are the magic words. Newcomer, listen to me. Listen to me, boo. Help me. Help me, please. Those are the words that saved my life. They came and they washed my body. I got 30-something years clean, and they came and washed me. They ironed my clothes, and they got me dressed, and they did my hair. My hair was sticking like this. It was okay. They cooked food for me and fed me. This is NA I'm talking about. We're talking about, like, the old Glenn had died, and they knew the new Glenn was there, but she had to learn something. I'm still learning. And when I let them in, they cleaned my house up. I'm telling you, I'm going to call for help every week. Help me. And so I learned something very deep about that. You know, I've got a relationship with God that may be kind of scary for some of you that can't understand it. I talk to God all the time, all the time. All the time. Thanks for the wake up. Thanks for the go down. Thanks for the watching over my house. Thanks for me going to work. Thanks for me not getting killed on the way to work. Philly's kind of crazy. Thanks for me loving me today. Thanks for me not laughing at that guy who said I got a big butt. Thanks for me standing up for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because you take little small leaps, you get better. It's just little small ones, small steps, baby steps. If you want what we had to offer, and you're willing to make the effort to get it, then there's certain steps. No, you're not going to say that to me. That's disrespectful. You know, those are small steps, but they're great steps for a girl who felt she was no better than a whore. I'm not her no more. So on the 12th step, my weave is sweating. I got to get ready to close it on down. I never want to leave you This is an opening. We're going to party this weekend. We're going to party this weekend. So let me tell you what's up. My name is Glendora B. I'm 58 years of age. I've been clean for 31 years and 2 months. I got one home group, one sponsor, and one God, and I'm one hell of a woman. Thanks for letting me share because I'm done.